Sarvatra Mobile Bridging System of the Corps of Engineers led by Captain Suman Singh of 9 Rapid Engineer Regiment. A made-in-India specialized equipment for bridging over dry and wet gaps of terrain. It can span a minimum of 15 meters in a single span and a maximum of 75 meters in multi-span. A lone helicopter, rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, move forward. Rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, move forward. Rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, move forward. Rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, move forward. Rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, move forward. Rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, rather 3 helicopters in big formation. A lone helicopter, rather 3
कर्तव्य पथ पर
And now going past the saluting base, we have the multi-function radar, the MFRDR radar. This is led by Captain Abhijit Kumar of 503 AD Missile Regiment. The MR SAM weapon system is also called the Abra weapon system. It's a medium-range air defense weapon system and is intended for the protection of its own critical assets and ground forces against a vast array of hostile aerial targets to include aircrafts, helicopters and subsonic and supersonic cruise missiles. The motto of the Corps of the Army Air Defense is Akashe Shatrunjahi. So the audience now feeling the warmth of the sun, and of course the excitement levels are going to build up. So we have flowers and we have colors of different people from different parts of the country, all adding to diversity, variety and beauty. It takes a lot of spirit and a huge leap of faith to get up early in the morning and arrive here to witness the parade, but definitely well worth it for each and every person who has made it a point to attend. We shared with you
मैकेंद्र भैलोनी मयंक राजा ग्राम प्रधान रामपुरा कठवर ब्लॉक तालबेहट जिला ललितपुर की ओर से समस्त देशवासियों को राष्ट्रीय पर्व गणतंत्र दिवस की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
Close-ups catching the mood and the morale of the place. Special invitees, special dignitaries from all across, and in an effort to make it more inclusive, these special guests are prominently seated on either side of Kartavya Path, and of course right across the
Rajpura Kathwar block Tal.
Representatives of vibrant villages are also among the special guests, and this is a
मैकेंद्र भैलोनी मयंक राजा ग्राम प्रधान रामपुरा कठवर ब्लॉक
complete inclusivity and taking growth right to the grassroots. Meanwhile,
ग्राम प्रधान रामपुरा कठवर
Kartavya Path, marching boots, military music, all continue. And approaching the saluting base, we have the Madras Regiment.
मैकेनाइज्ड कॉलम्स के बाद अब बारी है मार्चिंग कंटिंजेंट की। कर्तव्य पथ पर ये दस्ता है मद्रास रेजिमेंट का। नेतृत्व मेजर जेरी ब्लेज कर रहे हैं। मद्रास रेजिमेंट भारतीय सेना की सबसे पुरानी इन्फेंट्री रेजिमेंट है, जिसकी उत्पत्ति वर्ष 1750 में हुई थी। 1962 का चीनी आक्रमण हो, 1947-48 का भारत पाकिस्तान युद्ध हो, 1965 और 75 की लड़ाइयाँ, हर जगह वीरता के नए अध्याय लिखे हैं मद्रास रेजिमेंट के इन जवानों ने। आदर्श वाक्य स्वधर्मे निधनम श्रेयः। अपना कर्तव्य निभाते हुए मरना गौरव की बात। इसके ठीक पीछे गढ़वाल राइफल्स रेजिमेंटल सेंटर, 58 गोरखा ट्रेनिंग सेंटर और 39 गोरखा ट्रेनिंग सेंटर का संयुक्त बैंड दस्ता। 72 संगीतकार इसमें शामिल। और बैंड दस्ते के ठीक पीछे आ रहा है ग्रेनेडियर्स का मार्चिंग कंटिंजेंट, आकर्षक वेशभूषा से सुरक्षित सुसज्जित होते हैं। ग्रेनेडियर्स का यह दस्ता, जिसका नेतृत्व 13 ग्रेनेडियर्स बटालियन के कैप्टन अनुज कुमार धारीवाल कर रहे हैं। रेजिमेंट का आदर्श वाक्य नाम नमक निशान, युद्ध घोष सर्वदा शक्तिशाली। युद्ध क्षेत्र में उत्कृष्ट प्रदर्शन खासियत है ग्रेनेडियर्स की।
The war cry Raja Ramchandra ki Jai resounding at Kartavya Path as the Rajputana Rifles contingent marches forward to the saluting base, led by Lieutenant Sanyam Chaudhary of the 20 Battalion. This is the oldest rifle regiment of the Indian Army, having been raised in 1775. It also has the distinction of winning 10 Arjuna Awards. Its most famous junior commissioned officers are Neeraj Chopra and Deepak Punia, Subedars in the regiment, and they have brought laurels in Olympics and Asian Games for the nation. As they move forward, you can hear the strains of the combined band. Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry Regimental Centre, 1 Signal Training Centre and RT Centre Hyderabad, 72 musicians led by Subedar John Zachariah of 1 Signal Training Centre, assisted by Naib Subedar Ramji Thapa and Chandan Mishra of the RT Centre. Playing the tune Young India. And for the first time, we have an all-women contingent from the Tri-Services, led by Captain Sandhya of the Military Police. This team includes Agniveers and regular recruits. Though they underwent rigorous training and practice in their individual areas, they have successfully managed to cohesively work together under the leadership of Captain Sandhya to be ready for this parade. 148 women soldiers from the Corps of Military Police,
ग्राम पंचायत
Army,
अधिकारी
Navy
गौरव
and Air
शर्मा की
Force.
ओर से आप सभी देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
As the women proudly march forward, they continue to prove their mettle
गौरव
and
शर्मा ग्राम
contribute
पंचायत
actively
अधिकारी
and
की
equally
तरफ से
in nation
समस्त
building.
देशवासियों को 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर
नारी
हार्दिक
शक्ति की
शुभकामनाएं।
धूम के बाद कर्तव्य पथ पर सिख रेजिमेंट की टुकड़ी सलामी मंच के सामने
गौरव शर्मा
मेजर
ग्राम पंचायत
सरबजीत सिंह
अधिकारी की
कमान
तरफ
में
से समस्त देशवासियों
स्वतंत्रता के
को
बाद ये
गणतंत्र
रेजिमेंट
दिवस
भारतीय सेना
राष्ट्रीय
की
पर्व की
सभी
75वीं
कार्रवाइयों में
वर्षगांठ पर
सबसे आगे रही है। चुस्त कदमों से आगे बढ़ते हुए, कंधे से कंधे और कदम से कदम मिले हुए कई सम्मान प्राप्त ये
गौरव शर्मा
रेजिमेंट
ग्राम पंचायत
जिसका आदर्श
अधिकारी
वाक्य निश्चय कर
गौरव
अपनी
शर्मा
जीत
ग्राम
करो।
पंचायत अधिकारी
युद्ध घोष बोले सोनिहाल सत श्री अकाल।
गौरव शर्मा ग्राम पंचायत अधिकारी की तरफ से समस्त देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस राष्ट्रीय पर्व की 75वीं
सारे जहां से अच्छा की धुन लेकर एएडी कॉलेज
गौरव शर्मा ग्राम पंचायत अधिकारी की तरफ से गणतंत्र दिवस राष्ट्रीय पर्व की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर समस्त देशवासियों को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
उनके साथ सूबेदार मोतीलाल और नायब सूबेदार बराबेंद्र सिंह 72 बैंड वादक इस दस्ते में। कुमाऊं रेजिमेंट का ये दस्ता कैप्टन चिन्मय शेखर तपस्वी नेतृत्व करते हुए रेजिमेंट का 200 वर्षों का समृद्ध इतिहास है। रेजिमेंट को पहला परमवीर चक्र प्राप्त करने का सम्मान भी प्राप्त है। रेजिमेंट का आदर्श वाक्य पराक्रमो विजयते, युद्ध घोष कालिका माता की जय।
Going past the saluting base, the Bombay engineer group of the Bombay sappers, group and center being led by the Indian Cavalry of 115 Engineer Regiment. The Bombay sappers have the privilege of being the proud recipients of the highest gallantry awards, both pre and post independence. And they have not only proved their prowess in battle, but also utilized their military and technical skills in the development of our nation. Going past the saluting base, behind them, the combined band of the Maratha Light Regiment Center and the Jat Regimental Center, along with the AOC Center, comprising 72 musicians led by Subedar Ajay Kumar N. The tune, Dhruv.
गौरव शर्मा ग्राम को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। नाचे
Following the band, we have
नाचे खुशी मनाए।
ever on Kartavya Park.
गौरव शर्मा ग्राम पंचायत
Medical services led by Major Shrishti Khulla.
पंचायत अधिकारी की तरफ से गणतंत्र दिवस राष्ट्रीय पर्व की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर समस्त देशवासियों को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
From the Indian Air Force, followed by 144 officers of the Military Nursing Service. Strength, discipline, the dedication of women officers and unwavering commitment.
और ये है कर्तव्य पथ पर सलामी मंच के सामने जय भारती की जोशीली धुन बजाता हुआ नौसेना का ब्रास बैंड। नेतृत्व बैंड मास्टर चीफ पेटी ऑफिसर सेकेंड क्लास एम एंथनी राज कर रहे हैं। भारतीय नौसेना का विश्व विख्यात ब्रास बैंड दस्ता 80 बैंड वादक जिसमें शामिल। नौसेना ब्रास बैंड के ठीक पीछे है नौसेना का मार्चिंग कंटिंजेंट 144 युवा नौसैनिकों की ये टुकड़ी, जिसमें महिला और पुरुष दोनों ही शामिल हैं। नेतृत्व लेफ्टिनेंट प्रज्वल एम कर रहे हैं। लेफ्टिनेंट मुदिता गोयल, लेफ्टिनेंट शर्वानी सुप्रिया और लेफ्टिनेंट देविका एच प्लाटून कमांडर्स के तौर पर दस्ते में शामिल। उपस्थित जनसमूह आह्लादित, रोमांचित, गौरवान्वित। और यह है सलामी मंच के सामने पहुंचती हुई भारतीय नौसेना की झांकी, जिसमें दो महत्वपूर्ण विषयों को दर्शाया गया है। पहला है नारी शक्ति। भारतीय नौसेना में महिलाओं की सभी भूमिकाओं और सभी रैंक्स में प्रवेश हो रहा है उनका, और उनका स्वागत किया जा रहा है। झांकी के कमांडर हैं लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर भोपे जुई मिलिंद और लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर निशीथ के एस। स्वदेशीकरण के माध्यम से महासागरों में समुद्री शक्ति को भी इस झांकी में दर्शाया गया है।
A special tableau that acknowledges the contributions made by veterans in nation building. In front of the saluting base now, राष्ट्र निर्माण पहले भी, अब भी, आगे भी और हमेशा. It showcases their continued commitment in a variety of ways to building the country and sharing the responsibility of national security. A salute to the indomitable spirit, their inspirational growth and sustained, consistent and invaluable contributions. And now the youngest of the armed forces, the Indian Air Force, a band led by Sergeant C.A. Daniel,
आपका सेवक प्रशांत गुप्ता की ओर से समस्त देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस राष्ट्रीय पर्व की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
And that is the bars formation, 3 MiG-29 aircraft flying past in big formation, led by Group Captain Manoj Bhargav, Wing Commander Anup Milan Gadkari, and Wing Commander Ankit Bhatia. As we have the Indian Air Force band going past the saluting base, we've got the marching contingent just behind them, comprising 144 airmen and 4 officers in a box formation, led by Squadron Leader Rashmi Thakur, Squadron Leader Sumita Yadav, Squadron Leader Pratiti Aluwalia, and Flight Lieutenant Kirti Rohit.
आपका हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
Incidentally, Sumita Yadav had participated in the Bastille Day parade as well.
समस्त देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस राष्ट्रीय
Bringing up the rear of the Air Force contingent is the tableau with the theme Bharatiya Vayu Sena Saksham, Sashakt, Atmanirbhar. Potent, powerful and self-reliant. A rotating globe on the tableau highlights the Air Force's expanded reach. You've got the transport aircraft, the C-295, flown by 2 women aircrew in the cockpit. The middle portion has the Tejas and the Sukhoi 30. You've got Flight Lieutenant Ananya Sharma and Flying Officer Asma Sheikh also present on the tableau in full flying gear. The gender-inclusive approach of the Indian Air Force.
और अब कर्तव्य पथ पर DRDO की झांकी, जिसमें रक्षा में आत्मनिर्भरता के लिए प्रयासरत इस संगठन में महिलाओं के प्रयास और उनकी भागीदारी को दर्शाया गया है। नेतृत्व कर रही हैं इस झांकी का सुनीता देवी जेना, एक बहुत ही प्रतिभाशाली वैज्ञानिक और गाइडेड मिसाइल्स की विशेषज्ञ हैं। इन्होंने लिक्विड टेक्नोलॉजी का विकास किया है। स्वदेशी झांकी में DRDO में महिलाओं की भागीदारी को भूमि, वायु, समुद्र और साइबर अंतरिक्ष में दिखाया गया है। झांकी में कई मिसाइल प्रणालियों को भी देखा जा सकता है। भारत की सैन्य शक्ति और भारत के निर्माण में महिलाओं का योगदान रेखांकित होता हुआ भारतीय तटरक्षक बल का बैंड उत्तम अधिकारी म्यूजिशियन पापनूर जी बाबू की कमान में सलामी मंच के सामने से गुजरता हुआ। तटरक्षक बल के बैंड के ठीक पीछे भारतीय तटरक्षक बल का मार्चिंग दस्ता, हमारे समुद्रों के प्रहरी दस्ते का नेतृत्व कर रही हैं सहायक असिस्टेंट चुनौती शर्मा और 3 अधिकारी असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट प्रिया दहिया, असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट हार्दिक और असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट पल्लवी। बल का आदर्श वाक्य वयम रक्षामः, वी प्रोटेक्ट। इस बल ने अपनी स्थापना के बाद से 11,516 लोगों की जानें बचाई हैं, यानी हर दूसरे दिन एक जीवन।
A change of color now, going past the saluting base. Again, for the first time on Kartavya path, the BSF Mahila Brass Band, under the command of Sub-Inspector Shweta Singh. The band is playing the tune Bharat Ke Jawan. Following the band, marching smartly past the saluting base, we have the women contingent of the Border Security Force, consisting of 144 Mahila Praharis, led by Assistant Commandant Monica Lakra. The BSF opened its doors to the Mahila officers in 2013, and 3 years later again in 2016, women became an integral part of all ranks of the Border Security Force. And this is women power. And this is women empowerment. Approaching the saluting base in vibrant Leheria turbans adorned with saffron hackles and sparkling band instruments, playing the spirited tune of Amar Senani, the CISF's women band, led by Constable Kashyap Monica Narendra. Marching with the beat, with the rhythm, the CISF Women Marching Contingent, led by Assistant Commandant Tanmay Mohanty, going past the saluting base. The motto, protection and security. Sunshine spread across Kartavya path today.
सलामी मंच के सामने अब पहुंच रहा है केंद्रीय रिजर्व पुलिस बल का महिला बैंड, कांस्टेबल सोसा अल्पाबेन की अगुवाई में देश के हम है रक्षक की जोशीली धुन बजाता हुआ सीआरपीएफ को अपने पहले महिला बैंड दस्ते की स्थापना का श्रेय भी जाता है। इस महिला बैंड दस्ते में 100 उत्साही महिला सेनानी शामिल। कर्तव्य पथ रोमांच से सराबोर। सीआरपीएफ का महिला मार्चिंग दस्ता अब सलामी मंच के सामने पीस कीपर्स ऑफ द नेशन के नाम से जाना जाता है। नेतृत्व कर रही हैं 234वीं बटालियन विशाखापट्टनम की असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट मेघा नायर। आकर्षक परिधान, अनुशासन, देश के प्रति समर्पण, कर्तव्य परायणता, असाधारण वीरता, ये है भारतीय सशस्त्र बलों की खासियत। अब आ रहे हैं हिमवीर भारत तिब्बत सीमा पुलिस का बैंड, कर्णप्रिय धुनें बजाता हुआ आगे बढ़ रहा है। कांस्टेबल अंबिका पाटिल के नेतृत्व में ये हैं हिमवीरांगनाएं, सारे जहां से अच्छा की धुन पर मार्च करते हुए। और ये भारत तिब्बत सीमा पुलिस का महिला मार्चिंग कंटिजेंट, नेतृत्व असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट मोनिया शर्मा कर रही हैं। इस गौरवशाली टुकड़ी में 3 अधीनस्थ अधिकारी और 144 अन्य रैंक शामिल हैं। भारत तिब्बत सीमा पुलिस के बहादुर सैनिक हिमवीर के नाम से जाने जाते हैं, जो लद्दाख से अरुणाचल प्रदेश तक की सीमाओं की रक्षा करते हैं।
Increased presence of women at Kartavya Path, the Sashastra Seema Bal Band contingent led by Inspector Jaya Sharma. जोश भरा है सीने में, हाथ और है हथेलियों पे जान. That is their tune. As the Defense Minister, Prime Minister and President Macron watch this Special Service Bureau that was set up in 1963 with the aim to strengthen the lost self-confidence of the people after the India-China war. The SSB contingent now, Deputy Commandant Nancy Singla, leading this force, in addition to guarding the Indo-Nepal and Indo-Bhutan borders, playing an important role in the Naxal-affected states of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Bihar. The motto of the Sashastra Seema Bal, service, security and brotherhood. And now warming the hearts of the people of Delhi, the contingent from the Delhi Police. The Delhi Police Band for the first time on the parade, being led by women, Bandmaster Sub-Inspector Ruyangunyo Kensei, playing the Delhi Police song. Just behind the band, the Delhi Police Marching Contingent, which is a 15-time winner of the best marching contingent of the Republic Day Parade. This time it is an all-women affair. Additional Deputy Commissioner of Police, Shweta Sugathan, leading the smartly red safa-clad women officers down Kartavya Path to the tune of the Delhi Police song. It is indeed thrilling to know that the Delhi Police have been participating in Republic Day Parade since 1950. And coming now onto the saluting base, the regal camels of the BSF, the ships of the desert.
रेगिस्तान के जहाज का स्वागत कीजिए कर्तव्य पथ पर सीमा सुरक्षा बल का ऊंट दस्ता डिप्टी कमांडेंट मनोहर सिंह खींची की कमान में। आकर्षक सजे धजे ऊंटों पर बीएसएफ के जवान गणतंत्र दिवस परेड में दूसरी बार महिला ऊंट सवार भाग ले रही हैं। राजस्थान के थार रेगिस्तान और कच्छ के रण के दुर्गम इलाके में तैनात बल के जवानों के भरोसेमंद साथी हैं। ये ऊंट बीएसएफ का आदर्श वाक्य, जीवन पर्यंत कर्तव्य। बहुत ही आकर्षक ये ऊंट दस्ता, जिसकी G20 शिखर सम्मेलन के दौरान विदेशी प्रतिनिधियों ने बहुत प्रशंसा की थी। और इनके ठीक पीछे बीएसएफ का ऊंट बैंड मास्टर सब इंस्पेक्टर अमल चट्टोपाध्याय की कमान में 35 बैंड वादकों का ये दल और धुन बजा रहा है, हम हैं सीमा सुरक्षा बल, बहादुरों का दल।
Color me with color, color me with grace, and color me with uniqueness. Rajput calling out to all who walk past. Visual delight, visuals captured in our mind's eye for posterity. It's turned out to be a beautiful sunny winter day. Word of command, the NCC Girls Marching Contingent, comprising 148 smart, young and vibrant cadets led by Senior Under Officer Punya Ponnamma. With a commitment to character and community development, leadership and adventure, the NCC has nearly 17 lakh cadets on its rolls and is one of the largest youth uniformed organizations in the world. Now, the NCC Girls Combined Band. This is an all-girl representation this year, and the combined band of the NCC Girls Birla Balika Vidyapeeth Milani, the NCC Girls Northeastern region, is being led by Senior Under Officer Yashavika Gaur and Ankita Sharma. The tune, yes, Sare Jahan Se Acha. The NCC Girls Marching Contingent, the Tri-Service Contingent, all-girl band contingent of the NCC, followed by the second NCC Girls Marching Contingent, led by Senior Under Officer Tanu Tewatia. 148 cadets in perfect harmony, in perfect discipline, synchronicity at its peak.
एनसीसी कैडेट्स के बाद कर्तव्य पथ पर अब बारी है राष्ट्रीय सेवा योजना के मार्चिंग दस्ते की, जिसे एनएसएस के नाम से जाना जाता है। 200 महिला स्वयंसेवी इसमें शामिल। एनएसएस के इस दस्ते का नेतृत्व कर रही हैं गुवाहाटी क्षेत्रीय निदेशालय सिक्किम की रेजिना तमाम। युवा भारत, सशक्त भारत, विकसित भारत जैसे अभियान, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस, हर घर तिरंगा जैसे अभियान, देश प्रेम को ओतप्रोत करने वाले अभियानों में राष्ट्रीय सेवा योजना की अहम भूमिका रही है। आदर्श वाक्य, मैं नहीं बल्कि आप। सलामी मंच के सामने अब है मास पाइप एंड ड्रम बैंड का संयुक्त बैंड दस्ता। 120 वादकों का ये दल है। नेतृत्व बिहार रेजिमेंटल सेंटर के सूबेदार मेजर कुमार राजकुमार राम और एएमसी सेंटर और स्कूल के मेजर राजेंद्र सिंह संभाल रहे हैं। ये दस्ता धुन बजा रहा है पहाड़ों की रानी।
Beautifully decorated jeeps bringing the 19 children given this year's Prime Minister's Bravery Awards. The children who have shown exceptional courage, ability and outstanding achievements, drawn from all over the country, aged between 8 and 17. This year's Bravery Award went to Aditya Vijay Brahmane posthumously. One child each in categories of bravery, science and technology, art and culture, innovation, social service and sports were selected. 9 boys and 10 girls from 18 states and union territories, each awardee getting a medal and certificate. 7 days ago, President Droupadi Murmu presented these 18 children their awards at a glittering ceremony in the capital. Notable to mention is the artificial intelligence that was used for the first time to search for feats of excellence. An essential part of the parade, these young children represent a precious resource, harboring the potential to significantly contribute to the country's advancement. The bird song of the Bugun Community Reserve, EXCESS BHARAT from Arunachal Pradesh. Largest of the 7 sisters of the Northeast, Arunachal Pradesh literally means the land of dawn-lit mountains. Verdant valleys, pristine water bodies and rich heritage all make it untouched, unseen, unbelievably must-visit place on earth. From Arunachal, we move to the state of Haryana and the government-run program called Mera Parivar Meri Pehchan, which attempts to provide the benefits of government-run schemes to eligible families by using technology and connecting with every family in the state. Data collected and updated by the government helps empowering the residents easily, digitally, be it procuring ration, agricultural subsidies, scholarships or pensions.
पल पल चलती रेल मेट्रो सुगम सभी का आना जाना परिवार पहचान पत्र से खुशहाली का यह ठिकाना उन्नत खेती मन हर लेती हरियल फसलों का लहराना इतना सब मेरे सूबे में मन क्यों ना चाहे इतराना जय हरियाणा।
हरियाणा से चलते हैं एक बार फिर पूर्वोत्तर की ओर। बारी है मणिपुर की। मणिपुर राज्य की झांकी थंबल गी लांगला लोटस थ्रेड्स विषय वस्तु पर आधारित। मणिपुर का ईमा केथिल 500 साल पुराना बाजार, दुनिया का एकमात्र बाजार जो महिलाओं द्वारा संचालित है। मणिपुर देश में महिला सशक्तिकरण का अनुकरणीय मॉडल पेश करता है और विकसित भारत के रूप में भारत के विकास का मार्ग प्रशस्त करता नजर आता है। मणिपुर से मध्य भारत यानी मध्य प्रदेश की झांकी का क्रम आत्मनिर्भर नारी विकास का मूल मंत्र पर केंद्रित। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी और गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह के खास मेहमान फ्रांस के राष्ट्रपति श्री इमैनुअल मैक्रों।
मध्य प्रदेश की इन बेटियों पर पूरे देश को मान है। सूर्य की तरह चमक रहा लहरी अवनी का नाम है। दुर्गा माई की कला ने भारत की शोभा बढ़ाई है। चंदेरे के रेशम ने दुनिया में कीर्ति पाई है। विकसित सक्षम सशक्त समृद्ध हमारा।
From the tableau of Madhya Pradesh, we now move to Odisha. Women empowerment in Viksit Bharat, the state's rich handicraft and handloom sector, by preserving the country's traditional techniques, which have been globally recognized. That's what's being shown. Sidestepping from Odisha to Chhattisgarh, we now wait the tribal themed tableau from Chhattisgarh, reflecting the democratic consciousness and traditional democratic values present in tribal communities since ancient times, which are still alive and prevalent in the Bastar division of the state even after 76 years of independence.
कर्तव्य पथ पर समृद्ध सांस्कृतिक विरासत जो भारत की बड़ी पहचान है, उसके दर्शन और छत्तीसगढ़ के बाद राजस्थान की झांकी विकसित भारत में पधारो म्हारे देश के संदेश को लेकर ये झांकी। राजस्थान के बाद चलते हैं महाराष्ट्र की ओर। महाराष्ट्र की झांकी जिसमें छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के 350वें राज्याभिषेक वर्ष समारोह को दर्शाया गया है। छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का संघर्ष मुख्य रूप से अन्याय और शोषण के खिलाफ था।
And now let's move on to the next tableau of Andhra Pradesh. The tableau is on the subject of transforming school education, making students globally competitive.
सकल विद्यలకు మేమే సాటి విశ్వవిద్యకు మేమే పోటీ డిజిటల్ చదువుల భవితకు ఆస్తి ఇది మా డిజిటల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ ఆట పాటల అక్షర దోస్తి ఈ అంటూ పలక బలపం పట్టాము ఏబిసిడి అంటూ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం తెచ్చాము ట్యాబులను చేతిన బట్టి విశ్వవిద్యను నేర్పాము सकल विद्यలకు మేమే సాటి విశ్వవిద్యకు మేమే పోటీ దేశ ప్రగతికి ఇది సోపానం విశ్వవిద్యయే మా లక్ష్యం జయ హో.
The transformation of medium of education theme is depicted in the entire tableau. And here comes the next, Ladakh. EXCESS Bharat, empowering women through employment in Ladakh's journey. The Indian women ice hockey team, exclusively composed of Ladakhi players, symbolizes this journey of empowerment.
Kartila marshals, kartila shams, sharchuk yalmu, kartila shams, sharchuk yalmu, kartila shams, kartila chotma mapulna, lamai damchi dila shoes, khandru chos kum kam dila shoes.
और अब सलामी मंच के सामने धीरे धीरे शान से अग्रसर होता हुआ तमिलनाडु राज्य की झांकी। इस झांकी में तमिलनाडु के प्राचीन कुदवलय प्रणाली यानी मिट्टी के बर्तन में मतपत्र डालकर चुनाव किए जाने की प्राचीन परंपरा को दर्शाया गया है।
கண்ட தமிழ் குடியே வாழிய வாழிய வாழியவே உலகோலை
और अब अगली झांकी है गुजरात राज्य की झांकी, जो गुजरात के सीमा पर्यटन की वैश्विक पहचान धोरडो पर आधारित है। इस झांकी में गुजरात के कच्छ की संस्कृति को दिखाया गया है, जिसमें कच्ची घर भूंगा, स्थानीय हस्तशिल्प और रोगन कला सम्मिलित है। झांकी में कच्छ गांव की दृश्यावली बताती है क्यों गुजरात आज विश्व पर्यटन की नई पहचान है।
From Gujarat, it's time to move on to Meghalaya. The tableau opens an enchanting display of Meghalaya's cherry blossoms, transforming the landscape into a canvas awash in delicate shades of pink. These diverse themes intricately weave together, encapsulating Meghalaya's cultural richness, natural wonders and communal spirit. And here comes Jharkhand, transporting us through the rich heritage of Tussar silk, once known as Kosa or Vanya silk. The tableau showcases the resilience of tribal women in production of Tussar silk.
और ये है विकसित भारत समृद्ध विरासत को दर्शाती उत्तर प्रदेश की मनोरम झांकी, जो श्री अयोध्या धाम पर आधारित है। देशवासियों, हाल ही में श्री राम जन्मभूमि अयोध्या में संपन्न हुए श्री राम लला की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा समारोह को झांकी के अग्रभाग में दिखाया गया है।
राम लला ने जन्म लिया है, घर घर बजे बधाई, ओ घर घर बजे बधाई।
यहाँ कुंभ की छटा देख कर दुनिया जय जय बोले, नए उद्यमों ने विकास के नए रास्ते खोले। छठी धुंध उत्तर प्रदेश की नई रोशनी छाई, नई रोशनी छाई।
साथ ही उत्तर प्रदेश की समृद्ध विकास, जिसमें जेवर अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डा, नोएडा में सबसे बड़े मोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैक्ट्री, इन सभी को झांकी में दिखाया गया है। और अब सलामी मंच के सामने अग्रसर होता हुआ तेलंगाना राज्य की झांकी।
ప్రజాస్వామ్య స్థాపనకి పునాదిగా నిలిచెనే గాంధీ వల్లభాయ్ పటేల్ సుభాష్ చంద్ర బోసులు రామ్జీ కొండుకొమ్ర సంభ్రమి వీరనారి ఐలమ్మలు ఎందరో యోధుల సమరాలే ప్రజల హక్కుల నిలిపెనే స్వేచ్ఛ కోసం పోరు చేసి వెలుగై నిలిచిన రామ్జీ గోండు గడి దొరల గల్లా పట్టి కొంచి కొట్ట చిట్టాల మాచల్ చంకల్ జమీన్ చంకుకి తూడం కొట్ట కొమరం భీమన్న జనాల మేలు కోరే
तेलंगाना की इस भव्य झांकी में जमीनी स्तर पर जनतंत्र तेलंगाना की आजादी आंदोलन के योद्धा और उनकी परंपरा को बखूबी दर्शाया गया है.
And the next tableau approaching the saluting base, Indian Space Research Organization. The Chandrayaan-3 tableau depicts the successful soft landing of the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft on the moon near the South Pole.
अंतरिक्ष की ऊंचाइयों को छूने लगा भारत परिवार प्रगति पथ पर हो रहा देश आज गतिमान इसरो विकसित भारत की पहचान आर्यभट्ट भास्कर रोहिणी से शुरू हुआ इसरो का सफर चंद्रयान और मंगलयान से पहुंचा नई ऊंचाइयों पर अब गगनयान मिशन से रचे नया इतिहास इसरो विकसित भारत की पहचान इसरो विकसित भारत की पहचान.
The next tableau approaching is of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. The visually enchanting tableau of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research aligns with the Viksit Bharat theme and is on the purple revolution ushered through lavender cultivation in Jammu and Kashmir. Highlighting agro-technical developments, the distillation unit for extracting essential oil from lavender flowers.
लेवेंडर हर एक खेत में लगाओ ट्रैक्टर घर घर ले आओ कम लागत में मुनाफा कमाओ सारे किसान एक लक्ष्य बनाओ CSIR संग बढ़ते जाओ. कितना आसान लेवेंडर लगाना नहीं लोगों का पहरा बिठाना एक बार लगाओ और करो गुडाई.
The all-women CSIR tableau showcases achievements under government's initiatives of scientific developments.
और अब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एवं सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्रालय की ये झांकी सलामी मंच की ओर अग्रसर होती हुई. ये झांकी सामाजिक सशक्तिकरण के लिए जिम्मेदार आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पर केंद्रित है जिसका देश के स्वास्थ्य सेवा लॉजिस्टिक और शिक्षा क्षेत्र में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान है.
नए डिजिटल युग में हम साथ हैं बदल रहे हैं हम आत्मनिर्भर भारत यहाँ शिक्षा चिकित्सा समाज को मिल रहा है साथ नया.
और अब कर्तव्य पथ पर शान से सलामी मंच की ओर अग्रसर होता हुआ पतन पोत परिवहन और जल मार्ग मंत्रालय की झांकी जो सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट पर आधारित है. मंत्रालय द्वारा महिलाओं को अवसर प्रदान करने की प्रतिबद्धता के साथ नीली अर्थव्यवस्था की संचालक नारी शक्ति को इस झांकी में दर्शाया गया है.
सागर तट संपन्न बन रहे सफल हो रहे नए प्रयास अधिक हुई क्षमता में वृद्धि बंदरगाहों का हुआ विकास नारी शक्ति ने कदम मिला नभ में फैलाया नया उजास पोत परिवहन से संभव हो पर्यटन का हुआ विकास सागरमाला 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 सागर.
And the next tableau arriving is of ITBP, Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs tableau on vibrant villages through symbolism and various themes depicts how rich culture, activities and infrastructure development, including roads in the vibrant villages, are bringing vibrancy, holistic economic viability and prosperity. The next tableau is of Ministry of External Affairs. The MEA tableau depicts successful completion of India's G20 presidency and its achievements. It reflects India's leadership of addressing global issues in an ambitious, decisive, inclusive and action-oriented manner.
धरती एक कुटुंब है, जुड़ेगा छोर छोर।
आशा से विश्व देखता है भारत की ओर।
G20 अध्यक्ष पद जब भारत के जिम्मे आया,
दूरदर्शिता और सहयोग से ये दायित्व निभाया।
मिलकर हम सब साथ चलेंगे तभी मिलेगी भोर। आशा से विश्व देखता है भारत की।
और अब सलामी मंच की ओर अग्रसर होता हुआ भारत के चुनाव आयोग का ये मनोरम झांकी एक सशक्त विवरण का सांगोपान चित्रण कर रही है कि चुनाव प्रक्रिया लोकतंत्र एकता का उत्सव है। साथ ही दोहराती है कि मतदाता की पृष्ठभूमि इस चुनाव प्रक्रिया में कितना महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाती है।
मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में, मैं भारत हूँ, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में। हम भारत को नतमस्तक है, हम योद्धा के दो हस्तक है। हम भारत भाग्य विधाता है, हम भारत के मतदाता है।
और अब सलामी मंच की ओर अग्रसर होता हुआ केंद्रीय लोक निर्माण विभाग की झांकी सेंट्रल विस्टा विकसित भारत का प्रतिबिंब। इस झांकी में कर्तव्य पथ, नया संसद भवन, नव स्थापित नेताजी सुभाष जी की प्रतिमा को बहुत बखूबी प्रदर्शित किया गया है। नया विकसित कर्तव्य पथ एवं नया संसद भवन विश्व के मानचित्र पर अमिट छाप छोड़ता है। यह विश्व पटल पर अपनी नई पहचान बनाने और तेजी से विकास करते हुए नए भारत का प्रतिबिंब है।
संस्कृति मंत्रालय की झांकी इस संदेश के साथ कि भारत है लोकतंत्र की जननी। भारत की लोकतंत्र में सदैव आस्था रही है। वैदिक काल में सभा और समितियों की नींव रखी गई थी।
भारतीय लोकतंत्र प्राचीन काल से सामाजिक सद्भाव, समावेशकता, समानता, समरसता और स्वतंत्रता से परिपूर्ण रहा है। वेदों में सभा, समिति और संसद जैसी जन भागीदारी वाली संस्थाओं के उल्लेख इसके प्रमाण हैं। महाजनपदों में हमारी समृद्ध लोकतांत्रिक विरासत का उल्लेख मिलता है। जैन और बौद्ध दर्शन में भी लोकतांत्रिक परंपरा के अनुसरण के दृष्टांत मिलते हैं। इसी तरह के संदर्भ हमारे अन्य ग्रंथों में भी हैं। उत्तर मेरूर, उक्कल एवं अन्य स्थानों पर उत्कीर्ण अभिलेखों में निर्वाचन पद्धति एवं प्रक्रिया के नियमों का उल्लेख है। चंद्रगुप्त, अशोक, कृष्णदेव राय, अकबर और शिवाजी जैसे महान शासकों ने अपनी अपनी शासन व्यवस्था में लोकोन्मुखी शासन के श्रेष्ठ उदाहरण प्रस्तुत किए हैं। पंचायत और ग्राम सभा जैसी व्यवस्था भारत के गांवों में, विशेषकर ईशान्य भारत के राज्यों में भी परंपरा से दिखाई देती है। हमारा सुदृढ़ संविधान हमें हमारे देश में लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था की सदा आश्वस्ति देता है। अपनी सुदीर्घ और गौरवशाली परंपरा के कारण ही भारत को लोकतंत्र की जननी कहा जाता है।
And as the tableau from the Ministry of Culture passes on, we have cultural performances. The theme, Vande Bharatam, Nari Shakti. For the third year, the Ministry of Defence and the Ministry of Culture present their cultural extravaganza, Vande Bharatam. 1,500 dancers, 30 folk dance styles, 199 are tribal dance artists. We have Bollywood artists and classical dancers. And this grand performance representing the cultural splendor of India, a symbol of the tireless creative work of the Sangeet Natak Academy and the zonal cultural centers, an autonomous body of the Ministry of Culture. Out of the total of 1,500 female artists, we have 199 from the tribes, 399 classical dancers and 56 from Bollywood. Of the masks that will be seen here, 57 masks are related to tribal dances, while 63 are used in folk dances. Kuchipudi, Kathak, Bharatanatyam, Satriya, Odissi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam. You name the dance form, they are all going to be represented here. Beauty and culture with perfect grace, rhythm and diversity. It's a very proud moment for India to showcase the complete kaleidoscope that makes up this great nation, a nation we call home, a nation that we belong to. Cultural performances, Vande Bharatam depicting Nari Shakti here on Kartavya Path. Everybody wanting to identify with a particular dance style, familiar to them, close to them or close to their state.
ग्राम पंचायत अधिकारी गौरव शर्मा विकास खंड क्षेत्र रामपुर मणिहारन सहारनपुर की ओर से आप सभी समस्त देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
A lot of agencies have put in their effort to synchronize the sound system. Each dancer beautifully choreographed and synchronized.
भारत यानी भव्य भूगोल और अतुल्य इतिहास, शास्त्रों के मूल सिद्धांतों से समावेशी संविधान तक, शून्य के आविष्कार से डिजिटल विश्व में व्यापक छलांगे, पंचांगों के खगोलीय गणित से चंद्रयान की।
गौरव शर्मा विकास खंड क्षेत्र रामपुर मणिहारन सहारनपुर की ओर से आप सभी ग्राम पंचायत अधिकारी गौरव शर्मा विकास खंड क्षेत्र रामपुर मणिहारन सहारनपुर की ओर से आप सभी समस्त देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
ये है संकल्प से सिद्धि। वंदे भारतम। नमन तुझे, नमन तुझे, है नमन तुझे, है नमन तुझे, नमन तुझे, नमन तुझे। संकल्प लिए जो भी होंगे उन्हें सिद्धि तक पहुंचाना है।
तकिट तक ताक कट गति गता तुम दाता कट गति गता
दित्ता कनक जम तारी किट तक तक दित्ता कनक जम तारी किट तक ती को करत दरड़ो तकती को करत दरड़ो तकती को करत दरड़ो विज्ञान भूमि
धादा धा किरदा दिनता कत्तिर किट धा हिन धा धागे तिगे धा धादिन तटे कत गरि गणधा तटे कत गरि गणधा तटे कत गरि गणधा
भूमि है शौर्य भूमि शौर्य भूमि शौर्य भूमि मैं नमन तुझे है नमन तुझे शत नमन तुझे शत नमन तुझे संकल्प लिए जो भी हमें उन्हें सिद्धि तक पहुंचाना है
संकल्प से सिद्धि के लिए हमने लिए हैं 5 प्राण। विकसित भारत का लक्ष्य, गुलामी के हर अंश से मुक्ति। करें अपनी समृद्ध विरासत पर गर्व। एकता और एकजुटता हम में रहे कर्तव्य की भावना। अब दृष्टि है वर्ष 2047 पर। क्षितिज पर 2047 का सूर्य प्रकाशित कर रहा है विश्व को भारत की विश्व शक्ति किरणों से। विश्व शक्ति पर सामरिक नहीं, सांस्कृतिक, सामाजिक, औद्योगिक, आध्यात्मिक। हमारा लक्ष्य है विश्व शांति और भारतीय जनता की सुख समृद्धि। हमारे विश्व कुटुंब के लिए ये हो सकता है, हो के रहेगा। वर्ष 2047 हम आ रहे हैं।
भारत की सांस्कृतिक विविधता को इन कलाकारों द्वारा यहाँ कर्तव्य पथ पर प्रस्तुत किया।
The appreciation of the spectators, palpable as they give them a loud and long applause. A kaleidoscope of color, music, classical dance traditions, contemporary and modern dance styles, a huge, expansive canvas of cultural pageantry being displayed, Vande Bharatam. As we move towards the culmination of the parade, we now await the grand spectacle, the motorcycle riders who will display their acrobatic skills on the ground, And then the grand finale, where we will see the aerobatic skills in the sky of the Indian Air Force. The excitement really palpable here as we strain our eyes to the left of the saluting base to see the first rider of the combined women's contingent of the SSB, CRPF and BSF for the first time on Kartavya Path. The debut of this year's Republic Day Parade. The riders have obviously been training for a very long time to display their skills here. The crowd's restless because they know that they have to be alert to the riders who will flash by. We have the invited guests from various states and union territories, dressed in their traditional attire, also witnessing this historical parade. Paying attention to what is going on the ground, President Macron, Prime Minister Modi, all watching. The riders of this combined contingent, all women, and we can now see their headlights on as they are approaching the saluting days. They are a determined, mentally alert and physically fit group with unmatched courage, stamina and precision in handling their moving vehicles. It's indeed creditable to them that they not only have to maintain speeds, maintain a balance, and also complete their maneuvers in the stipulated time, but also have to be alert to any untoward event that might take place. And they do this ensuring that it is done efficiently and in complete safety. Assistant Commandant Seema Nag of the team, right in front on the motorcycle as she salutes.
सहायक कमांडेंट सीमा नाग अभिवादन फॉर्मेशन में सलामी मंच के सामने से गुजरते हुए शौर्य और संतुलन की मिसाल पेश करते हुए, और यह लक्ष्यता फॉर्मेशन सीआरपीएफ की सशस्त्र महिला कार्मिकों का, जिसमें रीता बिस्ट कांस्टेबल के साथ 8 महिला कार्मिक शामिल, वर्सटैलिटी का प्रदर्शन करते हुए इसके ठीक पीछे सर्वत्र सुरक्षा सीआरपीएफ, बीएसएफ और एसएसबी की महिला कार्मिक।
Women along with Constable Anupam, showing how they provide security at the borders. Nari Shakti is the next contingent, Inspector Sainaz Khatun with 13 others, all deployed in the hinterland of the country. You'll agree that the choreography requires innumerable hours of practice and exacting standards. And as thrilling as it is to see the sport, we must also warn our viewers not to try this or attempt
वीरपाल सिंह ग्राम प्रधान प्रतिनिधि बरी खुर्द ब्लॉक तालबेहट जिला ललितपुर की ओर से समस्त देशवासियों को राष्ट्रीय पर्व गणतंत्र दिवस की 75वीं वर्षगांठ पर हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
कर्तव्य पथ पर बीएसएफ की महिला कार्मिकों द्वारा कमान इंस्पेक्टर सोनिया बनवारी के हाथों में और 27 महिला कार्मिक उनको सहयोग करते हुए योग से सिद्धि, मन और शरीर के सामंजस्य का प्रदर्शन कांस्टेबल अनिता भारती और 7 अन्य महिला कार्मिकों के साथ उन्हें इस फॉर्मेशन में देखा जा सकता है।
Constable Rekha and 11 others, proving that yoga is essentially a spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science. The emphasis on discipline and exercise through yoga. Sadhana, Constable Shivlila with 9 others, single-minded concentration, allowing them to perform on those beam rolls. Constable Vijeta Balale Rao and 18 others demonstrate the oneness of thought and action in Tanmayata.
CRPF, BSF की ये महिला कमान इस समय सलामी मंच के सामने संतुलन और शौर्य का असाधारण उदाहरण पेश करते हुए
वीर शुभकामनाएं।
तेजस्विता, छू लो आसमान जैसे फॉर्मेशंस एसएसबी और सीआरपीएफ के महिला कार्मिक कर्तव्य पथ को गर्मजोशी रोमांच से सराबोर करते हुए उपस्थित जनसमूह आह्लादित है, रोमांचित है, करतल ध्वनि से अभिनंदन करता हुआ इन जांबाजों के नायाब, जानदार, यादगार प्रदर्शन।
Precision to the split of a second that has all of us watching them mesmerized by the kind of antics they are performing today. Constable Neelam Grave with 2 others, Constable Poonam with 5 others, doing the Chandrayaan. Achieving greater heights, women of the SSB, CRPF and BSF. Ekagrata. Constable Sheikh Kajal Ilahi with 11 others, displaying mindfulness, which shows the balance that they achieve between personnel. A teamwork that is on display.
अगली फॉर्मेशन की विषय वस्तु है समन्वय स्थिरता। इसे सीआरपीएफ की कांस्टेबल साची पांडे और 19 अन्य महिला कर्मियों ने तैयार किया है। सलामी मंच के सामने से गुजरते हुए इस प्रदर्शन के माध्यम से बल कार्मिक की फोकस्ड अटेंशन को दर्शाया जा रहा है। और इसके ठीक पीछे है पिनेकल ऑफ द फॉर्मेशंस यानी यशस्विनी कांस्टेबल वंदना और 47 अन्य महिला कार्मिक इसमें शामिल। समन्वय, साहस, समावेशिता का बेजोड़ प्रदर्शन।
The human pyramid, formed by Constable Vandana Yadav and 47 others, creative choreography, innovative postures, routines that defy gravity, balancing themselves on moving vehicles fitted with their props.
Nari Shakti, balancing things at home, balancing our work, and now balancing with perfection on Kartavya path. Breathtaking formations, perfect balance, totally focused and seemingly effortless. So after gravity-defying feats on the ground, we now await the grand finale of the Republic Day Parade. The Indian Air Force will present a breathtaking fly-past. Precision at tremendous speeds will be on display today, and we will witness some awe-inspiring aerobatics done with professional precision. In fact, traditionally, fly-pasts also serve as an aerial salute. They show respect, display aircraft, showcase flying skills, and delight the public.
उत्सुकता से इंतजार है यहाँ पर हर व्यक्ति को कि कुछ ही देर में यहाँ वायुसेना के हवाई जहाज कर्तव्य पथ के ऊपर से जब गुजरेंगे, एक शानदार फ्लाई पास्ट, और उसके लिए आने वाले जितने भी हवाई जहाज हैं वो देश के अलग अलग वायुसेना के एयरबेस से उड़ान भरकर यहाँ पहुँचते हैं और क्रम से उसके बाद कर्तव्य पथ के ऊपर से गुजरते हैं। बेहतरीन समन्वय और नियंत्रण का प्रदर्शन होता है। फ्लाई पास्ट वायुसेना इस समारोह को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाती हुई कुछ ही देर में यहाँ शानदार फ्लाई पास्ट।
And today we are showing you actually aerial shots taken specially to actually make this whole fly past become very real for you. And these are shots taken from Prachand, the first formation, which is in a short while from now will go past the saluting base. And these shots have been specially procured and are presented here so that not only do you get a real, or if you want to say surreal experience of the complete fly past, and to herald the beginning of the second innings, the Prachand formation led by our very own indigenously manufactured light combat helicopter flanked by the Apache and indigenous advanced light helicopter Mark IV in arrow formation led by Group Captain Deepak Vishnoi. The Apaches are from 125 helicopter squadron Gladiators, being captained by Group Captain Anand Kumar Yadav and Wing Commander Hashir Habib, Vayu Sena Medal, with Squadron Leader Ragi Ramachandran as the co-pilot. And following them were Wing Commander Rupendra Kumar Mishra and Wing Commander Sushil Khajuria in the indigenously designed and developed helicopters of the 116 helicopter unit known as the Tank Busters.
और प्रचंड फॉर्मेशन के बाद अगली फॉर्मेशन होगी तंगेल। ये दृश्य कैसा दिखता है, ये फॉर्मेशन आपके लिए खास तौर पर इनको रिकॉर्ड किया गया और इस समय आप इन्हें देख सकते हैं। और कुछ ही देर में यहाँ पर हेरिटेज फ्लाइट का डकोटा विमान और 2 डॉनियर विमानों के साथ विग फॉर्मेशन में यहाँ से गुजरेंगे। 1971 के भारत पाक युद्ध में वायुसेना की ट्रांसपोर्ट फ्लीट की शानदार भूमिका को 2 डॉनियर विमानों के साथ विग फॉर्मेशन में यहां से गुजरेंगे। 1971 के भारत पाक युद्ध विंग कमांडर AK सिंह और विंग कमांडर HD काला डकोटा विमान को में वायुसेना की ट्रांसपोर्ट फ्लीट की शानदार भूमिका को 2 डॉनियर विमान है, उसकी कमान विंग कमांडर शुभम मिश्रा के हाथों में। उनके साथ फ्लाइट लेफ्टिनेंट साई श्रद्धा और जो दूसरा डॉनियर विमान होगा उसमें स्क्वाड्रन लीडर निकिता मल्होत्रा और उनके को पायलट फ्लाइट लेफ्टिनेंट N गुरुनाथन। तंगेल फॉर्मेशन में निगाहें आकाश की ओर, राष्ट्रपति भवन की तरफ। वहां आकाश में एक एक करके ये हवाई जहाज कर्तव्य पथ की ओर बढ़ते हुए।
And in the misty skyline we can see the Tangel formation. Our cameras are trying their best to catch perfect shots for you, being led by an Indian Air Force Dakota of Heritage Flight with 2 Dorniers of 41 Squadron in big formation, going past a saluting base. And now after Tangel, we look forward to the next formation, which is the Arjun formation, named after Marshal of the Air Force Arjun Singh. And these are shots from the formation taken, and these are not live shots, we'd like to remind you. This formation will be led by the C-295, the latest tactical transport aircraft of the Indian Air Force from 11th Squadron, being captained by Group Captain Prashant Singh Negi and Wing Commander Vikram Seth, with 2 C-130J tactical transport aircraft in big formation being flown by Group Captain Ankit Raj Singh and Squadron Leader Sparsh Helawat to the right and Wing Commander Manish Vyas and Squadron Leader KV Prasad to the left, all from 77th Squadron known as the Veiled Vipers.
कर्तव्य पथ के ऊपर अर्जुन फॉर्मेशन, एयरफोर्स के मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह के नाम पर यह फॉर्मेशन। कर्तव्य पथ पर धूप तो निकल आई है लेकिन अभी आकाश में धुंध बाकी है, इसलिए ढूंढना पड़ता है इन फॉर्मेशंस को, लेकिन उत्सुकता बरकरार। और ये अगली फॉर्मेशन नेत्र फॉर्मेशन, ये उसके दृश्य जो पहले रिकॉर्ड किए गए हैं और इस समय हम इन्हें देख सकते हैं। आकाश में नेत्र, आकाश में आंखें चाहिए टोह के लिए। एम्ब्रेयर विमान इस फॉर्मेशन की अगुवाई करेगा। स्वदेशी निगरानी सिस्टम से लैस ये एयरबॉर्न अर्ली वार्निंग एंड कंट्रोल है। ये शत्रु के विमान को बहुत दूर से पहचान कर अपने लड़ाकू विमानों को उन्हें नष्ट करने का निर्देश दे सकता है। इस विमान के दोनों तरफ मल्टी रोल सुखोई 30 MKI फाइटर विमान।
Going past the saluting base, the Netra formation, eyes in the skies.
एम्ब्रेयर की कमान ग्रुप कैप्टन S गुणाशेखरन, सुखोई 30 में ग्रुप कैप्टन उत्तर कुमार और विंग कमांडर मनीष जाखड़ बिग फॉर्मेशन में उड़ान भरते हुए कर्तव्य पथ के ऊपर से गुजरे।
You know, viewers, the special shots that we are bringing for you, the pre-recorded ones, are the closest that most of us can get an experience of actually being in one of these aircraft and flying them. Here, these are shots of the Varuna formation. Kartavya Path will now resonate with excitement. Varuna is the god of sea and rain, the deity of the coastal landscape, and according to an Indian Navy pilot, it's a very, very special plane for them. So an Indian Navy P-8I maritime vehicle Leading this formation with two Su-30s of the Indian Air Force in Vic formation. The P-8I being flown by Commander Ruchit Gaur along with Group Captain Manoj Yadav and Wing Commander Parvinder Singh Chahal as Varuna 2 and 3 flying the Sukhois of 31 Squadron, popularly known as the Lions. The Lions roaring across Kartavya path today.
वरुण फॉर्मेशन के बाद अगली फॉर्मेशन है भीम, और ये भीम फॉर्मेशन के दृश्य जो हमने रिकॉर्ड किए हैं, ये कॉकपिट से किस तरह दिखता है आकाश और ये फॉर्मेशन। शक्ति का प्रतीक भीम और इस फॉर्मेशन की अगुवाई भारी और शक्तिशाली ट्रांसपोर्ट विमान C-17 कर रहा है। वायुसेना के C-17 विमान की कमान ग्रुप कैप्टन समीप निझावन के पास है और इसके साथ दो सुखोई 30 विमान स्क्वाड्रन लीडर अमित कुमार यादव और विंग कमांडर अक्षय अरुण महाले की कमान में कुछ ही देर में यहां कर्तव्य पथ के ऊपर से गुजरेंगे।
This is the beam formation, which our cameras are now going to catch for you. So as we shared earlier, it's a cloudy sky, and the pre-recorded visuals are definitely very clear, giving you clarity. But today, though we all did pray to the sun gods, but yes, we got some, but we didn't get some. Now we have the Amrit formation, and these are views that you can see of that. All Jaguars. Formation derives its name from Amrit Kal, India's vision for 2047. And the Arrowhead formation will be flown by 6 Jaguar aircraft, led by Group Captain Nagendra Abhishek, along with his wingmen, Wing Commander Manorat Sabarwal, Wing Commander Vishwanathan Naga, Wing Commander Jay Krishnan, Squadron Leader Akash Karpe, and Wing Commander Chakrapani Kajla, all from the 14th and 5 squadrons, popularly known as the Bulls and the Tuskers, respectively.
लगभग 750 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे की रफ्तार और ऊंचाई 300 मीटर की आकाश में ओझल हो गए 6 जैगुआर विमान ग्रुप कैप्टन नागेंद्र अभिषेक की कमान में। अगली फॉर्मेशन वज्रांग, भारतीय वायुसेना के 6 राफेल लड़ाकू विमान मारुत फॉर्मेशन में। ये दृश्य कॉकपिट से। फॉर्मेशन की कमान संभाली है ग्रुप कैप्टन अभिषेक त्रिपाठी ने, उनके साथ विंग कमांडर चैतन्य सूर्यवंशी, स्क्वाड्रन लीडर यश सावलकर, विंग कमांडर अमित वर्मा, स्क्वाड्रन लीडर सुशील शिंदे और स्क्वाड्रन लीडर विजय चांदगुड़े।
All Rafale aircrafts, the Vajrang formation, meaning diamond-bodied, showcasing 6 Rafale fighter aircraft of the Indian Air Force, led by Group Captain Abhishek Tripathi, with his wingmen, Wing Commander Chaitanya Suryavanshi, Squadron Leader Yash Savalkar, Wing Commander Amit Verma, Squadron Leader Sushil Sinde, and Squadron Leader Vijay Chandgade, all from 101 Squadron, known as the Falcons.
त्रिशूल फॉर्मेशन, कर्तव्य पथ के सामने जो नहर है उसके ऊपर से कुछ ही देर में 3 सुखोई 30 MKI लड़ाकू जहाज त्रिशूल फॉर्मेशन में गुजरेंगे। 900 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे की रफ्तार, बुराई का नाश करने के लिए त्रिशूल फॉर्मेशन की अगुवाई कर रहे हैं ग्रुप कैप्टन सचिन अरोड़ा और उनके साथ ग्रुप कैप्टन ओमार ब्राउन और विंग कमांडर नवजोत सिंह।
As these Su-30s go past the saluting base, flying at these heights and speeds, the pilots are rigorously trained to handle extreme physical and mental pressure, and the focus and expertise with which they fly, maneuver, change direction and speeds at these heights requires unparalleled courage, determination and passion for flying. visuals now of the Vijay formation to mark the conclusion of the Grand Republic Day celebration. We will soon see an Indian Air Force Rafale displaying the Vijay maneuver. We will see the Rafale flying at a speed of 900 kilometers per hour, all set to touch the sky with glory as it executes the victory roll maneuver over Kartavya Path, also called Vertical Charlie. It's a very spectacular maneuver in the Vertical Charlie, an acrobatic maneuver in which the aircraft pulls up vertically and carries out rolls at that altitude before stabilizing at a higher altitude. Aircraft was flown by Group Captain Arun Kumar and co-piloted by Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh, both from 17th Squadron, known as the Golden Arrows. So all heads turning skywards and the gaze searching for that glimmer of silver. We are once again filled with wonder and respect for the brilliance of this display by the Indian Air Force.
शानदार फ्लाई पास्ट हमारे वायु वीरों ने एक रोमांच की नई कथा, एक नई ऊंचाई यहां दर्शा दी। बहुत ही उत्साहित जनसमूह इस 75वें गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह पर उत्साह और रोमांच, बहुत ही शानदार समापन, शानदार फ्लाई पास्ट वायुसेना का।
Absolutely. So, though the parade here concludes at Kartavya Path today, the celebrations do not end. As we saw those happy faces, excited young people, today with the understanding that India has come a long way since it became an independent republic, with a lot of hard work, dedication and wise leadership from many quarters, we know that we still have a long way to go to ensure that the constitution we adopted and whose adoption we celebrate today takes on true meaning for every Indian. But yes, we have a lot to celebrate too. A young population positioned to accelerate economic growth, a vibrant democracy where the constitution guides and shows us the way, and an inherent belief in unity that will always bridge the differences and diversity. The President's bodyguard have arrived here to escort the Supreme Commander along with the chief guest for today's parade back to Rashtrapati Bhavan.
As we reach the culmination of the 75th Republic Day Parade, all the officials standing in line. We now see the President's bodyguard wearing the presidential carriage moving forward to position. The 75th Republic Day Parade is not just a spectacle. It is a reflection of India's journey over the past 7 decades and a glimpse into its future aspirations. cries of Bharat Mata Ki Jai resounding in the atmosphere as the presidential carriage moves forward. And the president, escorted by the Prime Minister and other guests who were seated in the special enclosure, coming down the steps to acknowledge the presence of the three chiefs, the Chief of Defence Staff, the Defence Minister, and other dignitaries who are present here. Everyone waiting to see this spectacular display of military power, presidential pomp and pageantry.
इस बार का गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह कई मायनों में खास है। इस बार विशेष रूप से आमंत्रित लगभग 13,000 अतिथियों को यहां बुलाया गया। उनके लिए विशेष दीर्घाओं में स्थान निश्चित किया गया और इस समय माननीय राष्ट्रपति, आज के समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि फ्रांस के राष्ट्रपति प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं सलामी मंच से। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री और अन्य गण्यमान्य व्यक्ति एक भव्य और शानदार समारोह जिसमें लगभग 40 वर्षों बाद बहुत लोगों ने बग्घी को पहली बार देखा। एक पीढ़ी बदल गई इस दौरान, जब पिछली बार कर्तव्य पथ पर ये बग्घी आई थी और आज ये भव्य समारोह हमारा 75वां गणतंत्र दिवस।
The President of India, the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces, ready to depart from the venue, along with the chief guest for today's parade, the President of France. And today, as President Droupadi Murmu leaves the saluting base, she carries with her the warmth of another parade, showcasing India in all its myriad colors, forms, and strengths. An aspiring nation on the move, a country coming into its own, learning and growing, and yet at times leading with knowing, capable, paradoxical, dependable, and vocal. Not very describable, but yes, very relatable. In fact, in India, similarities make us one and our differences make us strong. And as we conclude our 75th Republic Day celebrations here on Kartavya Path, the thousands who came to see the parade go back home, we once again wish with all our warmth Republic Day greetings. It's a day of celebration. The President's bodyguard now getting the command to position themselves to the right and the left of the buggy and escort the dignitaries towards Rashtrapati Bhavan. Warm smiles, warm feelings, and a warm sense of satisfaction. So all those who got out early in the morning seem very content. Yes, it was worth it. Yes, it was worth coming out here to see India, a resplendent vision, a slice of our country.
देश की सेनाओं की सर्वोच्च कमांडर भारत की राष्ट्रपति माननीय श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू इस वर्ष गणतंत्र दिवस के हमारे खास मेहमान फ्रांस के राष्ट्रपति श्री इमैनुअल मैक्रों के साथ कर्तव्य पथ से रायसीना पहाड़ी की ओर राष्ट्रपति भवन की ओर समारोह पूर्वक प्रस्थान कर रही हैं, जिन्हें एस्कॉर्ट कर रहे हैं प्रेसिडेंट बॉडीगार्ड के जोशीले जवान, रेजिमेंट के कमांडेंट कर्नल अमित बेरवाल अपने घोड़े ग्लोरियस पर। राष्ट्रपति महोदय के दाहिनी ओर और बाईं ओर अपने घोड़े पर कर्नल रमाकांत, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल रमाकांत यादव। राष्ट्रपति जी की बग्गी की अगुवाई अपने घोड़े अर्जुन पर रिसालदार सुंदर सिंह तंवर कर रहे थे। देश के उपराष्ट्रपति श्री जगदीप धनखड़, उनकी पत्नी श्रीमती सुदेश धनखड़, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी, रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह, राष्ट्रपति महोदया के प्रस्थान के बाद एक के बाद एक गणमान्य अतिथि समारोह स्थल से प्रस्थान करेंगे। उपस्थित जनसमूह उत्कंठा से अपने अपने स्थानों पर मौजूद हैं, जिन्होंने देश की समृद्ध सांस्कृतिक विरासत और वैभव का अलौकिक प्रदर्शन देखा, जिन्होंने सामरिक शक्ति के प्रदर्शन देखे। माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय श्री जगदीप धनखड़ प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं कर्तव्य पथ स्थित सलामी मंच से।
The Vice President, Sri Jagdeep Dhankar, and his wife, Dr. Sudesh Dhankar, taking leave from the saluting base. As each of the dignitaries will slowly move from this venue, the Honorable Prime Minister making his usual stride across to greet the spectators who are assembled here, and the guests are really excited to be able to acknowledge him and greet him and see him at close quarters. This festival of people's power on display here a parade that celebrates the memory of the momentous struggle that the founders of the Republic undertook for freedom from imperialism and building a modern democratic nation. India, the mother of democracy, and EXCESS BHARAT. The Prime Minister acknowledging the presence of these special invitees, a lot of women who are here, specially invited to participate in the Republic Day Parade from distant corners of the country. You can see a section of the Northeast represented there.
ये समारोह का वो हिस्सा है जिसका यहाँ आने वाले हर व्यक्ति को इंतज़ार रहता है, प्रतीक्षा रहती है, जब प्रधानमंत्री दर्शक दीर्घाओं के निकट जाते हैं और उनका अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हैं। बहुत ही रोमांच से भरे हुए क्षण होते हैं जब वो प्रधानमंत्री को अपने इतने निकट पाते हैं। ये वो दीर्घाएं हैं जहाँ पर विशेष रूप से बुलाए गए अतिथि, अलग अलग योजनाओं के लाभार्थी और आनंद सूत्र के बुनकर और कारीगर, इसके साथ साथ स्वयं सेवा समूह के लोग, गांव के अलग अलग प्रतिनिधि, ये सभी यहाँ पर मौजूद और इनकी दीर्घाओं के सामने से प्रधानमंत्री गुजरते हुए अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए।
Indeed, the Prime Minister has always broken the barriers of security, which is actually a matter of concern for the security persons who are on duty here. But the Prime Minister has to acknowledge and celebrate the contributions of all the people who are assembled here, those who are watching, those who join him for this spectacle.
The form of government chosen by the leaders of a nation is a critical determinant of the type of life its citizens and future generations will live. And when India chose to become a democracy, it set for itself a daunting and difficult path. Because to uphold democratic principles in a country that was yet to experience unity as a separate entity, and that too in a nation that was as diverse as one could be, which we saw today, was surely no easy task. And today, we can see right in front of us as Prime Minister Narendra Modi walks along the enclosures that as the largest democracy in the world, India has kept its democracy vibrant and strong. Its people are its priority. Its people are its engines, driving change, powering growth, giving direction. And therein lies the core of a future developed nation. A developed nation that young generations sitting in this audience and young viewers, all of them tuned in to this live telecast. That's a future in store for them and for all of us.
कर्तव्य पथ पर काफ़ी बड़ा इलाका है, सलामी मंच के दाएं और बाईं ओर, जहां प्रधानमंत्री दर्शक दीर्घाओं के निकट जाकर अभिवादन स्वीकार कर रहे हैं और जनसमूह बहुत ही उत्साहित उनको अपने निकट पाकर। ये ऐसे क्षण जिन्हें यहाँ मौजूद कई दर्शक अपने कैमरों में कैद कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए विशेष अवसर। और आज हमारा गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह समापन की ओर बढ़ता हुआ।
In fact, a question that often comes up in today's world of quick turnaround times and task delivery orientation is what is the role of traditional ceremonies and protocol? Well, institutions need to be nurtured organically. And today's celebration is an organic nurturing of that institution, like we nurture our democracy. Beyond the individual, focusing on the nation. A healthy democracy, resting on transition of generations of people, of parties in power, and the seamlessness, constitutional nature and dignity of these transitions strengthen a democracy. And India is a live example of not only transitions, but also of a democracy growing from strength to strength.
प्रधानमंत्री दर्शक दीर्घाओं के निकट जाते हुए, और कोई भी दर्शक दीर्घा ऐसा लगता है उनसे छूटी नहीं जहां तक वो पहुंचे नहीं। यहाँ दर्शकों का अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए अंदाज़ा लगाइए, पूरे कर्तव्य पथ पर 77,000 दर्शक आज यहाँ मौजूद रहे, जिनमें 13,000 विशेष अतिथि थे, अलग अलग योजनाओं के लाभार्थी, स्वयं सहायता समूह, अनंत सूत्र के कारीगर, मन की बात में जिनका जिक्र प्रधानमंत्री ने किया वो सब। और अब ये वो दृश्य जो याद रह जाएंगे सबको, जैसे आना सफल हुआ सबका, प्रधानमंत्री उनकी दीर्घाओं के निकट गए, अभिवादन स्वीकार किया।
And that's why National Day celebrations are reflective in nature too. Today's celebration started with homage to the Amar Jawan, and when the color, the pomp and the pageantry of the parade began, we had securely placed them in our hearts. And that courage and valor was the lens we used to view the parade. Times are changing, contexts are changing. Science and techniques and technology is changing. In fact, the art of war is changing. But building people-to-people relationships, being connected to the people, connecting the people, that is a skill that doesn't change. Today, we are linked to each other, but not so connected. And this walk down Kartavya Path by Prime Minister Narendra Modi is building a deep connection.
कर्तव्य पथ करीब करीब 3 किलोमीटर लंबा है और प्रधानमंत्री ने आज इसको लगभग चलकर यहां दर्शक दीर्घाओं में उनके निकट जाकर दर्शकों का अभिवादन स्वीकार किया। प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं कर्तव्य पथ से इस 75वें गणतंत्र दिवस समारोह पर, जिसका शानदार और भव्य समापन समृद्ध और विकसित राष्ट्र का लक्ष्य भला एक दिन में कहां पूरा होता है। हाँ, लेकिन अगर हम ठान लें तो एक दिन अवश्य पूरा होता है। वक्त बदल रहा है, हम वक्त को बदल रहे हैं। ये राष्ट्रपथ है समृद्ध भारत का, सशक्त भारत का। गणतंत्र दिवस की शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
छब्बीस जनवरी सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया की ओर से 75वें गणतंत्र दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
ग्रामीण अर्थव्यवस्था।
So we are going to have 7 temples here. In this area, just outside Perkota, there will be separate temples, not together. 7 separate temples will be built. कि इस पूरे स्ट्रक्चर में आयरन कहीं नहीं इस्तेमाल हुआ है, क्योंकि आयरन की लाइफ जो है वो 94-95 ईयर्स होती है। हम तो 1000 ईयर्स का टेम्पल बना रहे हैं। 3500 लेबर इज वर्किंग डे एंड नाइट। पीपल ऑफ माई जनरेशन, इवन योर जनरेशन, यंगर जनरेशन, and many generations who have gone, they never ever thought that the Ram temple will be a reality. Not a single pie has come from any government agency for the construction of the temple. The first Land Acquisition Act, it was implemented with the advice, aid and advice of ministers and myself. But the beauty of this Prime Minister is, when I went to tell him that please do not issue the third ordinance on this matter, he looked at me. He said, "You are telling me?" Not even once he would use the word, "You guys are responsible." He takes the full responsibility for what happens. His speech on my farewell, I couldn't believe. I was in tears. The cabinet ministers and secretaries to the government who were invited, they couldn't believe. Prime Minister spoke for 45 minutes and he spoke only about me.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching or listening to another edition of the ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. Thank you for liking, subscribing and sharing with people who you think will benefit from these conversations. My guest today has been entrusted with the task of completing the construction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Mr. Nripendra Mishra is one of the most experienced bureaucrats of our times. He was Principal Secretary in the Prime Minister's office from 2014 to 2019. In the second term of Prime Minister Modi, when Mr. Mishra asked that he be relieved of his duties in the PMO, the Prime Minister accepted his resignation and tweeted, "Nripendra Mishra is among the most outstanding officers who has a great grasp of public policy and administration. When I was new to Delhi in 2014, he taught me a lot and his guidance remains extremely valuable." Unquote. Mr. Mishra couldn't really hang up his boots because he was soon appointed as the chairman of the Executive Council of the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, and then as chairman of the Ayodhya Ram Mandir Construction Committee. So let's get chatting with the man himself who's entrusted with this task. He has to complete the construction of the Ram Temple by January 2024. Mr. Mishra, thank you so much for being part of the podcast. I'm delighted that you could find the time and come to the studio here because I know that the deadlines are really sharp with the Pran Pratishtha to happen in January 2024. So I'm guessing that your work is like literally 24/7 to keep an eye on everything. But before I begin to ask you about the timelines and the construction process, one question which, for our overseas viewers and for our young viewers who are not very aware, would I say, of what it means to install a deity, what it means to do a Pran Pratishtha. It's not just bringing a deity and keeping there. What does the process mean? I know neither you nor I are priests, but a person who's the man in the hot seat, I'd want you to explain a little bit about what the process is.
Actually, it's a good question. And as you said, particularly for those who are not in some manner sort of educated will be a wrong word, but they have not yet, have developed the kind of belief that people who are there and are attached with the temple will have. So now the process is that consecration means that the murti which is being sculpted today at the moment in Ayodhya, and hopefully it will be ready by middle of December, and we are going to have one of the three which is being sculpted there. So that will start its journey of consecration sometime around the second week of January. The journey starts with a dip in Saryu River.
The murti will be taken to the Saryu River.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it could be any date. I am not sure because that is the area which trust looks after. And more particularly, as you said, the priests would be taking care of that. But after the journey and to that place, it is believed that Lord, the child Ram, would like to visit the various temples which existed then in Ayodhya.
Prachin Mandir.
Yeah. So whatever temples are there today in Ayodhya, in the form of a procession, Lord would be, child Ram would be going in some kind of a chariot and stopping at some of the key temples of Ayodhya. And then finally, the deity or the whatever is carved, child Ram, that will enter the premises of the temple area.
So in this, it will enter from the eastern gate. Is that the eastern gate? It's not decided as yet?
Yeah. This is, the eastern gate is this, and the devotees would
enter from there.
And
where will the deity be?
Yeah, so I am coming to that, to your question. The entrance for the child Ram, the chariot will enter from this portion.
Okay, not from here.
No.
Okay.
And of course, it is not open to public. The whole ceremony is not open to public. It will somewhere take place very early in the morning.
Okay.
And then the deity will be placed in the sanctum sanctorum.
Garbhagriha.
So it's a 3-story structure.
Is that structure complete?
Only the ground floor.
Okay.
What we have promised is that the ground floor, which is here, going like this, along with 5 mandap. These are mandaps.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
5. Along with the 5 mandaps will be ready in January of 2024.
Right. I interrupted you, sir. So it will be taken to the Garbhagriha.
Right. And it enters the Garbhagriha, and what they do is, the belief is that the Pran Pratishtha would enable the Lord to see the devotees, and the devotees would be able to worship the Lord. So for that time, some kind of a band on his eyes, that is put. So from the date the entry is there, till the date of consecration, that is there, the band.
How interesting.
And it really is opened when the Pran Pratishtha consecration has taken place. And the belief is that from then on, he attains the qualities of a Lord, of a God, or supernatural person.
Okay.
So that is the belief. So transferring from a normal to a exceptional is the process which is consecration prayers and final chanting of mantras, opening of the band, and then he is now exposed to the world and universe. That is the final consecration which will be on 22nd of January 2024.
Right. Two questions that emerge, which I'm sure people who haven't followed it in the news completely would have, is what you said is that the idol is being sculpted right now in Ayodhya, one of the three idols. So then that needs to be explained to some of our viewers who don't know the details, because many would say that isn't Ram Lalla's idol already there, baby Ram's idol already there, so why is it being sculpted? And if there's a new idol which is coming, what happens to the earlier idol?
It is true, the belief is, and this belief is from 1947-49, that Ram Lalla appeared there. That is the belief. So that is the present in a temporary hut which is there, the Lord is there. And the prayer of that Lord Ram, child Ram, has been going uninterrupted. You may be surprised to know that since 1947, when the first news flashed in Ayodhya that the Lord has appeared at this place, the regular prayers of the Lord has never been interrupted. Now, your question that you already have a Lord, then why do you want to have another Lord? It's true. We thought of it. One reason was that people who will come now will have a darshan from a certain distance, which will be minimum about 25 to 30 feet. So in order to meet the eyes of the Lord with the person who is doing the prayer, and in order to see the feet of the Lord, there has to be another creation, another Lord which has to be sculpted. And that is why it was decided that we'll have a standing statue.
Correct. I've seen a Ram Lalla statue. I've been to Ayodhya a couple of times, and I've had the good fortune to see it. So I saw it as a journalist, to see that what is it that made so much news. Can I see the statue? तो बड़ी मुश्किल से पहली बार I went out there to see it, and when I saw Ram Lalla, I was like, इतने छोटे हैं तो दिखाई भी नहीं दे रहे थे, because वो एक केज सा बना हुआ था, तो वो दिखते नहीं है, और वो यूं देखते हैं, and within a few minutes you have to leave, you see, because the security was so high at that point of time, because there was so much threat to that area. और वो वैसे भी जर्नलिस्ट जब आते हैं तो the security forces are suspicious of us. तो छोटा सा, and you can barely see the Lord. बहुत छोटे हैं, the मूर्ति is very little.
At the moment, all those who come hardly get to see. In fact, they only see it on the television screen.
Oh.
Because there is a television. So while moving on, and as you rightly said, the police manages the crowd. So they are moving very fast from there. Perhaps they just see that there on the screen.
Correct.
So from that point of view also it was thought. But then your question, what will you do to that present Lord? The Sanctum Sanctorum is going to have a place for standing Ram, child Ram, who is of the age 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
And just in front of that will be the present Lord.
Baby.
Who be.
Huh.
And the distinction is that one is called Achal Murti. Achal means it will never from now on move.
Okay.
So the Pran Pratishtha which is being done, that will be the Achal Murti. It will not move out from the Sanctum Sanctorum.
That's the standing one, ya baby
Standing
wala?
one.
Standing one. वो अच्छा.
And what will come on that day, it will come on 22nd of January. From the present temple, it will move to the Sanctum Sanctorum. That is called Utsav Murti. What is the meaning of Utsav Murti is
festival.
That there could be occasions when in a festival the trust decides to take the procession of the Lord Ram, like you have in Jagannath Puri.
Jagannath, got it.
So then Utsav Murti will go.
Okay.
But not the Achal Murti. So that is how both the Murtis, they will be there in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and there will be regular prayer and all the other ceremonies of the Lord, both for them separately.
Acha.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So they will be prayed, and there will be prayer for the existing, and there will be a prayer for the...
And both the murtis will be in the Sanctum Sanctorum?
Yes.
Both will be there?
Yes.
So जब हम आगे जाएंगे, when we bow our head before the murtis, we'll be bowing our head before both the murtis.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And both will be visible clearly.
Yes. They will be very clearly visible. Perhaps better visibility to the standing one. But you will be able to see what was there from 1947 onwards, which is supposed to have suddenly come out there at the site. Pragat ho gaye. And the second one is the one which is going to be now installed, and consecration will take place.
Right. Now you said there are 3 murtis. Are these 3 murtis made of different material? Like, is it granite, marble, bronze, brass, gold? What
You see, that process was a bit technical.
Ji.
The first thing that we were very careful was that the stone which is chosen must have certain minimum chemical qualities. For example, it must not absorb water.
Okay.
It must not react to the carbon which is there in the atmosphere, because all that will affect the durability, the life of the statue. So with all those qualifications, we got the stones first collected. Those stones came from Jaipur. They also came from south, Krishna Shila, granite, you mentioned. And they were all tested by National Institute of Rock Mechanics. It's the Government of India Institute, is specializing only on sort of doing the tests of various stones and determining their strength. It is in Mysore, Karnataka.
Okay.
So all these stones were tested, and after that 3 stones which were selected, one from Jaipur, which is a marble, and 2 Krishna Shila from 2 places of Karnataka, that has come, and these 3 were given to 3 different sculptors.
Okay.
And they at the moment, they have been working for the last 2 months, and at the moment they are working on that.
Okay.
And they will
It must be
deliver.
under extreme secrecy.
Oh
so
yes, oh yes.
Huh?
No one visits, no one takes photograph, no video, nothing is there, and it is being carved under.
So why a question would of course I can understand that the reason why all this is being done is that we want that those murtis to survive hundreds of years from now. अभी बन रही है पर वो 100, 150, 300 whatever सालों तक चले. You know that there shouldn't be anything which harms those. Why not the ashtadhatus which have lasted for so long? Why not metal?
एक तो हम लोगों ने मेटल का इस्तेमाल ही नहीं किया. आपको
जी
जानकारी होगी कि इस पूरे स्ट्रक्चर में आयरन कहीं नहीं इस्तेमाल हुआ है.
Because?
क्योंकि आयरन की लाइफ जो है वो 94-95 ईयर्स होती है. हम तो 1000 ईयर्स का टेम्पल बना रहे हैं. तो अष्टधातु के बनते हैं. आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा. बहुत से भगवान की मूर्तियां अष्टधातु की हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे it was thought that let us concentrate on the stone. The entire structure is also of special stone. So we would focus on the stone and not. It was debated. And finally, after the debate, in the trust, some of the saints, sages who are member of the trust, they expressed in favor of a stone statue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
More from the durability point of view than anything else.
Before I ask the next question, here is a short primer about the specs of the temple, which is under construction now, which is the area and things like that. So please watch this primer. The total area is 2.7 acres. Built up area is 57,000 square feet. The height of the temple, including the peak, is 161 feet. It has 3 floors, with the height of each floor being 20 feet. Sir, abhi aap मुझे अगर explain करें that how many artisans are working in this area. You can explain the plinth and you can explain the various structures. How long have they been working? Because I have been there several times in the past 15 years and I've been seeing जो pillar construction हो रहे थे and you know they were just lying there. जो ईंट आए थे, that also story I had covered. जो हर जगह से लोग लेके आए थे, you know that one
yes
trains
one brick
में
from every village.
From every village जिसमें लिखा हुआ था Ram. And from so I covered that story. I mean, it's dating me right now. People will know how old I am. But I covered all those stories and I covered that pillars which were lying there. And that entire area was infested with monkeys. They were like, it was scary to go and shoot there also. When I used to take the camera, डर लगता था to shoot because पूरे बंदर ही बंदर थे वहाँ पे.
One of the reasons we haven't provided the solar supply of power is because there are so many monkeys.
Yeah.
That it's a menace throughout Ayodhya and you can do nothing about them. There is a certain feeling about it.
Yes.
So reverence.
Yeah.
So because of that, we avoided
to do
the solar supply of power.
My goodness. Okay. So now, so you know the question about how long the construction has been going on is I guess it's an answer that you can date it back to God knows how many years. But actual construction और कितने लोग यहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं, कहाँ से आए ये artisans, craftsmen, scientists, archaeologists, जो भी specific areas के हैं, वो हमें समझा दीजिए.
First, of course, the construction. You know, Prime Minister Mr. Modi, we don't say laid the foundation, but the Shubharam of the construction started by him, and that was 5th of August 2020. So the real construction, the trust was formed in the February of 2020 after the Supreme Court judgment in November 19, and then the trust came into being, and then my existence was recognized as chairman of this construction committee. So all this happened in February, and August Prime Minister came. So the construction started. You asked a very good question, and in fact I am smiling a little bit more than normal because today I got the news that they have got 3,500 labor. There was a huge shortage of labor which suddenly happened because of the festival season.
Correct.
And that was adversely in some manner slowing down the construction of the temple and the date line which we have to stick to, that is 31st of December 23. So today 3,500 labor is working day and night.
Wow.
Which is working on all sites. They are not all working here. If I get the chance, I'll explain you.
Ji, please do.
That what all is happening. This is the main construction going on today of the ground floor. which we hope to complete by December 2023. That is just 1 month after. They will have the mandapas. The shikhar will not be there because shikhar can only come up when the first and second story is built. So this will not be seen. But there is another structure which is important, and that is the lower plinth. The lower plinth, just below the ground floor, is where the story of Ram will be sculpted in stone. About 100 murals of stone would be fixed there, and that will tell the story of Ram.
Pictorially or written?
No, pictorially.
Pictorially?
Yeah, nothing written. It is being carved out, and the different sculptors are already doing that work.
So birth of Ram to everything, Vanvas and...
Yes, right up to return to Ayodhya and his coronation. So that is being done here in this. Below that lower plinth, there is a very interesting construction story and engineering challenge. The first thing is foundation. The foundation of the temple. So, after the soil test, it was noted that perhaps maybe few hundred years back, Saryu was passing through this place, almost touching the palace.
तो clay soil हो गया फिर?
So yes, the soil because of that was not a very stable soil. So the experts said that the pile foundation would not be suitable because of that. So what we were advised by IIT Chennai, who are one of our advisory members, that please dig 15 meters deep in the entire area, remove the soil, just remove the soil and fill it with the another soil which is called re-engineered soil. This re-engineered soil is the recommendation is a mix, the quality of which is that in about 14 days time, each layer which is being put, that converts itself into a stone-like quality. So the foundation itself is, you can take it, is made of stone. On that we have got the raft, which again is about 2.5 meters. On that we have got granite plinth, which again is another 1.5 meters in width. And over that the laying of the stone, Bansi Paharpur stone, which is the temple. So the temple has come up after the construction of foundation, raft and plinth. And why was it done with such care was because Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee, who are also again our consultants, they were responsible for checking that it should be able to undertake an earthquake which will be 50 times of all records till now. So right from Nepal to Ayodhya, the earthquake intensity was measured till now historically. Then it was simulated in the laboratory, and that strength was provided to this foundation, raft, and over that the stone. That is why we at least would like to believe that what we have done would last for 1,000 years.
Wow.
So this is
one question before you go further. आपने कहा that this soil, ये soil आया कहाँ से? One, which you brought in. दूसरा, if in case there is flooding of the Saryu river, can that affect the temple?
Good question. Soil, of course, you see, a separate soil was filtered and that was mixed with certain chemical and also with little bit of cement, a special cement for that was mixed, and that is how that soil was made.
Okay.
And that soil was layer by layer, it was brought.
Huh.
It was then compacted for about 2-3 days. Then a sample was taken. Once the sample was approved that, okay, this has a quality, then another layer was put. So in the foundation, such 47 layers have been put.
Okay.
And that makes 15 meters.
Oh.
So that is how it has been, the soil has been put there. In the entire area, entire area of the temple.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Saryu River?
Yeah. The issue of the flood was also checked. And the present, again, public sector undertaking, which is a research lab of CSIR, they have now confirmed that this area, also the level of it, the ground level on which it is situated, is completely free of any flood which can come in Ayodhya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that is protected.
Okay. Now we come to the question of which you were saying, that extra laborers have been brought to complete the work so that it's done, the deadline is met. Where did they come from? Were they are they expert carvers? I saw one interview in which you said that many have come from Orissa and from Rajasthan.
Yeah.
So where all have they come from?
You see, the entire construction, as I mentioned, we are engaged here in constructing. Then there is another construction which is this called Parkota. This Parkota, the cost of this Parkota is 200 crores more than the cost of the temple.
Oh.
That is the size of the Parkota. In fact, the temple is in about 2.5 acres, but when the Parkota will be constructed, it will become 8.5 acres.
That's like a corridor.
Yeah, that's like a corridor, of which the outer wall will be completely, in some manner, you can say, it protects the temple. No one can enter from anywhere except the eastern gate because of this Parkota. And this inner wall of the Parkota opens towards the temple, and this is open. So the people who will do the parikrama of the temple will be doing the parikrama like this. So this is called Parkota. And then there are constructions such as on a Kuber Tila, which is a very high point, which is not here you can see because it is only up to Parkota. The Jatayu is there.
Okay.
A statue of bronze which is being made now, ready now for installation. It is 15 feet in height and 20 feet in width, and the Jatayu is looking towards the temple. So he is in a kind of a meditation towards Lord and is standing there.
Where is the Jatayu statue being made? In India?
Oh yes. There is a famous person, a sculptor, his name is Ram Sutar. So they are doing
Okay, the reason is because in Southeast Asia you see so many Jatayu statues and they're so phenomenal. That's why I asked ki kahin wahan se to nahi aa raha.
No.
Not that there is anything wrong, but I'm just saying that it'd be interesting.
So that is also, there is a Kuber Tila. Then there is a huge building which can accommodate 5,000 devotees at any point of time, which is called Pilgrimage Facilitation Center.
In this thing itself?
Within the premises.
Okay.
Outside Parkota.
Outside, okay.
That is also. So 3,500, I mentioned that only to sort of emphasize that the labor which is engaged, at the moment we are tackling about 5-6 constructions.
Not just this.
Not just this, but about 5-6 constructions in the 71 acre area which will be there.
Okay. So my original question is, where did the laborers come from? How were they selected? And who selected them?
Larsen Toubro are our constructing agency. They are the implementing agency.
Okay.
and their work is being monitored by Tata Consultant of Engineers. So they are responsible for selecting. For each thing, artisans are different. For iconography work, what is called, to Hindi, Roop Kam, where the small figures are created on pillars.
Okay.
So that carving is done at the spot here.
Oh.
There are 390 pillars in this temple. Each temple has got about
Each pillar
30.
has.
Each pillar has about 30 such statues. So they will be carved, and the people who are expert in that are from Orissa.
Okay.
So they have come from there. In placement of the stone, the labor from Rajasthan has shown better expertise, skill than others.
Placement बोले तो वो ground पे and
No. You see, the most important thing is, since the temple is of stone only, and the stone is, one stone is placed, then another stone,
Oh,
then
you said
third stone, the fourth
no
stone,
iron,
and no iron. Only copper clips are there to ensure that they are properly fixed over each other.
Okay.
But there is no such thing that we have a groove and then we get the stone fixed there in the groove. No. It is the manner in which the stone is being placed one over the other. And that is checked by Central Building Research Institute, that there is no space left between the two stones. That is the work with Rajasthan people can do better.
Okay.
So we got from Rajasthan, some from Saharanpur, etc. So, different people have come to participate in the construction of the temple, largely, of course, from Western India, Maharashtra, Orissa, Gujarat, Rajasthan.
Okay. You see, आस्था तो सबकी रहेगी मंदिर के लिए, but there are some people who want to say कि मेरे state का कुछ है क्या? Everybody will want that, right? So you said that one of the statues is being done with a stone from Mysore, or so obviously people from Tamil Nadu, which there are so many who come, right? अभी भी आते हैं वहाँ पे. I have seen